man, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. We getting it started already. Jasmine Brand is here with me.
Yes.
And Hitmaka's in the building.
Yeah, we back.
I feel like every time there's a new announcement. All right, so we got to talk about some things.
Okay.
So Empire, are you still VP of A&R at Empire?
I've recently just parted ways with Empire.
Okay. All right, and was this to start your own label?
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't like we had any bad blood or anything going on. I worked for Empire for 3 years, so my contract was ending. So instead of like re-ing up, I just decided to step out and do my own joint venture for my artists and kind of like create my own empire. No pun intended, for real.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that felt like a jab.
No,
I'm playing with you. Shout out to Gazi.
Stop.
All right, so let's go through the Hitmaker executive jobs that you've had so far in this business.
So I did 4 years. Like sound like
like
I
in
did.
jail.
Yeah, like, with Atlantic Records. Shout out to Lon Ray, Craig, Julie, Kaiser, everybody that's over there. And then I did 3 years with Empire. Shout out to Tina Davis, Gazi, Nima, everybody there.
So you learned a lot from those experiences to be like, it's time.
Yeah, I was able to work like kind of like from the inside out to see like both sides of the fence. So because I'm still was a creative, I still was an artist, I still was dropping records like off my producer album and making records for all the artists that's on the label. But I also got to learn like a lot of jewels from Kaiser, Craig, Julie, and just people like that to see what it was like, how when you deliver a record, how to really take it all the way there and make it to where you want it to be instead of just being a producer and not knowing the label situation and like, man, why my record didn't work or why didn't this connect or whatever. I got to learn all the steps in the situation.
So was there ever a conflict of interest of you being a creative?
Oh, I'm sure it probably was at all times.
All the time, behind your back.
I mean,
But I ain't gonna lie, when you hot though, when you got that heat and you got hit records, you can't stop that. The music business is based off hit records. I think that was a reason why me and Atlantic kind of parted. It wasn't a conflict of interest, but man, like, they didn't offer me a label deal. L.A. Reid had Hitco and he came and offered me a label deal. He just like, yo, I love you. I love what you got going on. I went back to Craig and Julie like, yo, L.A. Reid offered me $2 million. Let me get this $2 million for my pocket. Like, don't stand in the way of this. They gave me a label deal instead. They like, yo, you can't do the deal with L.A. We'll give you a label deal. They gave me the deal, and I'll never forget this shit. Excuse me, damn, I said
it's okay.
I'll never forget this, but I was inside the A&R meeting, and YK Osiris was coming in, and DJ Drama brought him in, and they were like, yo, he showcased, and they was like, how much to get this deal done? And Drama was like, yo, I think it's like $7 million. And then I was like,
I got a whole label deal.
Yeah, like I'm like, I ain't gonna say what they gave me, but it wasn't $7. So I was like, yo, what's going on? So that was kind of like a conflict of interest. So that's how we kind of parted ways on that.
Sometimes also you like devalue yourself in situations if you don't know, and then you already done put a number out there, and when people agree to something too fast, you'd be like, damn, I should have went
higher.
And then you got to think, I had so many #1 records with Atlantic, whether it was A Boogie, Look Back at It, Meek Mill, Dangerous. This is in the midst of all these songs going on, so I'm like, yo, I got these hits going at the same time, and y'all, they lowball me.
Y'all playing with me?
Yeah, so
there's a lesson learned.
Yeah, for sure. Because at the end of the day, man, the more information you got, the better off you can be in this business, for real.
And the truth is that if you sign a deal and then find out it's a bad deal, all you can do is wait it out.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I was really being like a crazy dude. I'm like, I'm giving them all the money back. I don't care. My mentors are like, bro, you don't get no money back in the music industry. Yo, just figure it out. And then after that, they had kind of like said, yo, it's this amount of money and you can leave and we'll be good with it. And Gazi came in and was like, yo, that's the number. He's like, all right, bet, let's do it. He ended up buying me out my deal with Atlantic Records. Shout out to Gazi. And then from there, our first records was Baddest by Chris Brown and 2 Chainz and Young Blue, excuse me. And the second one was Peru by Ed Sheeran and Fireboy.
Ooh, those are some huge records.
So I think he got it back.
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you make duds still at all? Do you ever make a dud? When's the last time you made a dud?
I don't know if it's a dud, but sometimes they don't connect. They don't connect sometimes. But I've just been having like a lot of success at radio for like a long time right now. That's just my niche. Like, that's where I'm at. Certain people make underground hits. Certain people make country music. I just make mainstream rhythmic urban music for black people. For
you
real.
might be making country music soon, though.
I don't know. Got Beyonce
calls.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll make it happen. I did Afro beats. I mean, I'm sure I could do country for real.
Afro. So let me ask you this. So when you hear, all right, let's say you hear Beyonce, right? Does that feel inspirational to you? Like, what inspires you?
Me right now is just new talent. Like, I always want to work with the new. Like Beyonce, like I love Beyonce. She's gonna have a hit regardless, whether I contribute or not. But I want to open the door for the new. Like right now with my guy Ronnie, who signed to me and my new joint venture in Toyin. I think there's a void for young, cool R&B guys right now. Like if you look at it, because I work with everybody, it's pretty much like CB is at the top, Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign.
All
and
your
then,
people.
Yeah, but where does it go after that? Where does it go after that if like we need like a new fresh face? And I think it's avoiding that. So I want to empower the next people for real.
So since we brought up like some of the big stars, the other day we were talking about this. Tiffany Red did this whole thing where she was talking about getting like publishing stolen from bigger artists. I want you to give us some insight onto how something like that happens, because I know there's times that as a producer or as a writer, you might want to work with a huge artist when you're not so big and you give up a lot in order to be able to get your credits up. But as an insider in the business, can you shed some light on what she was talking about and give us like your take on that?
That happened to me one time, just being transparent. I was working under DJ Mustard at some point in my career, early in my career, and I did a record and I gave it to Mustard, and me and Mustard ended up not working with each other anymore, but he went and reproduced the record, and it was a sample, so it was able for him to take my idea and hook and kind of like sell it to Meek Mill, which turned into Whatever You Need featuring Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign. But I didn't have no leverage at the time, and I'm assuming that Tiffany probably felt like she didn't have leverage in those situations. But I continued to work hard, and I'll never forget it. Like we at the ASCAP Awards, and like I win for Meek Mill Dangerous with Meek, and they like, Meek, come back up here again. Whatever you need, we got to give you this one. I'm like, but at that point, I had the leverage, so I just called Rock Nation like, yo, can I get my publishing? Can I get this? We end up working it out. But that's unfortunate for Tiffany. I think that anybody that really wants to be in this business, like we said, the information, you might as well learn and study up, and probably get a great lawyer is the key to everything that's going on.
But those cost though, right? Good lawyers?
Not really. It's a retainer. It's not hourly. It's not like you fighting a case or nothing like that. It's like, yo, they on a 5% retainer. They get 5% of whatever you do.
But sometimes people want money, especially when you don't have a proven record.
Yeah,
and you're just starting out, and people don't really know you like that.
You're going to get burnt coming into this game. I think it's the nature of the business.
Education.
Yeah, it's the nature of the business for real.
Yeah.
But I mean, you survive to write another song the next day, and hopefully after you get burnt, you know, like, nah, I ain't doing that again for real.
And then you end up burning other people.
Nah, hell no. That sounds crazy.
It does. That's what my mind went to.
Don't worry. I know that's what you're here for.
No.
But all right, so let's talk about this. Now, moving on, we are going to get back to Make a Sound Records, because I know that's your baby right now, and that's what you care a lot about. But we also watch very publicly you and Tink go through it, but also come back together, which we love. I was excited for a Chicago love story at first, I'm not going to lie.
And you've been with us behind the scenes too, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Tink. Everybody know that or whatever, but I think that we go through trials and tribulations, and we growing up like we're all in front of the public light, and it just comes with it. But at the same token, man, we got a new album on the way, Winter's Diary 5, which is like her cult classic for all her fans. The album's done. I executive produced it as well, and I think
still working together. That's important.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be the biggest album of her career. Like, we got so many crazy features and so many great records on this one. So
did she write some stuff about you on there?
Yo, she writes.
How could she not?
She writes songs about me in every album. That's why I'm just like, yo, like people be like, do you be listening to that? I'm like, yo, you know I gotta mix and master all these records, yo, where she going bad.
He's a
dickhead.
Yeah.
Has she ever sang or said something on a record you like, really?
Yeah, all the time. But you know, it's like, this is art, this is music. Like, we got together based off just making great music, and that's what her fans want from her, and that's her real truth. So she might, like, I ain't gonna lie, she hit me and she like, we should do a record called Cancun and just talk about. I'm like, absolutely not.
Do not bring that back.
That's where I crossed the line.
But people do want to.
I would want to hear it.
Like, yo, play that, because you don't mind being on the blogs. I feel like,
I don't
you're
care.
used to it.
Yeah, but I just want her image. Like, she's not really like a super in the blog type girl. It's really more about the music. So I don't want my influence to be a bad influence. But I don't know. Sometimes it's like, if you not in the blogs, then people don't care about it for real. Like, it's people less talented than her that are in the blogs 24/7. Exactly, you know.
Did you really try to charge her $2 million for some music? I was disappointed. I was like, come on now, sir.
What was the amount?
I'm not gonna get into amounts, but look.
But it wasn't $2 million.
You tried to have her pay you for a whole label deal.
No, the reality of the whole situation is that we did a deal, and I actually we're partners. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when personal things come into the play, it kind of got a little bit crazy. So we stopped speaking at that time. You know what I'm saying? And then when she saw me in Cancun, that was her first time seeing me in like 4 or 5 months. We didn't speak. We didn't do nothing. It was just a coincidental. I swear to God, I can't make this up. We were at the same place, same
Worst
time.
luck in the world, by the way.
So that was her natural
mad
reaction.
I'd have been? Like,
did your heart stop? Like, oh damn.
It was crazy because like we weren't talking, we weren't like, and I was with women. It was just me by myself with girls or whatever. So I tried to be as respectful as possible. I told the girls, let's wrap this food up. Let's get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go about our own ways. But you know, it ended up hitting the ceiling, you know, in that situation. And she's still a girl from Chicago, so I can't take that.
she reminded us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, she reminded me too. So at that point, I just, you know, try to, you know, let cooler heads prevail, and we were able to come back to the table. And as far as the business, anything that was going on, we ended up making that right, and like we good, and we got a new album on the way.
It feels like you do really well when it comes to handling your business.
Yeah.
When are you gonna transport that into your personal life?
Hey yo, I'm a work in progress, and you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what all
Like
men say.
yo,
You won't stop, can't stop.
I'm growing every day, and
I'm a
yo.
work in progress.
But the therapist said that I'm doing better, and you know I'm going to therapy now. So
are
like
you?
I'm trying to
Yay.
take it there. You know, I'm trying to be a better man, and all, as well as the best businessman as possible. You know, I think that being where I am and where I came from, I put a lot of focus into the business and didn't really consider how I was as a person. So I'm working on myself daily for real.
Yeah. How long have you been going to therapy?
Probably like the last like 8-9 months.
Oh, that's good. So do you feel like things have changed for you as far as your perspective?
Yeah, I'm way more laid back. Like I'm not as crazy as I used to be or whatever, because I think that when you go through trials and tribulations and trauma, you end up having a chip on your shoulder. So a lot of your reactions are based about your past trauma. But for me, like to step back and look at myself from where I was to where I am now and the growth and the success I have, there's no reason for me to have any chip on my shoulder. I just got to lead with love at all times.
Yeah, you've been extremely blessed, but you've had so many traumatic situations, even breaking into your home.
Yo, that was crazy.
I mean, that's something that I feel like that has to be like flashbacks at times.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was hard to really even entertain women after that or whatever, because it wasn't really like a girlfriend thing or nothing like that. It was just a very random occasion. But I was one of the guys that was plotted on, rest in peace, to Pop Smoke. It was like a lot of different things happening weird in LA about that time. I just bought my house in LA, and then when that happened, I had to sell my house, do a whole bunch of stuff. So it was a traumatic, crazy.
Yeah. To have to go through. What advice would you give to other people now about like dating within the industry or dating other artists? And for yourself, is that something that you feel like maybe I shouldn't do that with somebody I'm working with? Or
I don't know. See, what happened with a lot of situations with me is probably it really was organic, but I don't know. It's to each your own. It's hard to say, because on one side it's like, yo, if you dating a girl in the industry, she knows what you go through. She's understandable about all the shit you're going through. If you dating a girl that's not in the industry, then it's like a whole different level of BS that goes on that she might not understand. So, and it's kind of weird, because if you dating a girl in the industry, she might got a couple dollars too. If you dating a girl not in the industry, she might not have a couple dollars. She might not be as well off. And then you might start thinking as a man, like, does this girl really like me for me, or does this girl like me because of the perks and the elevated level that she ended up meeting me on? So it's weird.
have you ever dated somebody who made more than you?
No. Never.
You never been a sugar baby?
Stop. See, you got to get me in trouble.
He said he wanted
I would love to experience that one time, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for real. Like, Kris Jenner, what's up, man? Come on, man. Holler at me.
I would hate to see that.
Yeah, I think it'd be lit.
All right, and then so far this year, 2024, you've already had a ton of hits out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, for everybody listening, the songs with the Hitmaka stamp on it.
Hitmaka.
We probably got like 7 songs on radio right now. I mean, I got a song in every genre of radio right now. We celebrating my partner Prince Krishan. He got 4 records on a Kanye new album. That's the #1 album in the country right now. So
Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, shout out to Ty Dolla $ign. You know, that's been my serial collaborator, my brother forever. But as far as the hits that's out now, I think, shout out to what I'll talk about, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, Transparency featuring Usher. It's been a big conversation. They all on the internet talking about Chris Brown versus Usher and trying to throw me in a mix. But I work with all those different people. So Chris, 2 Chainz, T Grizzly, Jennifer Lopez featuring Lotto, Neo featuring Fabulous. It's a lot of records, like 7, 8 records going at once.
That has to be like, because I don't know too many people that have that type of track record and consistency.
I don't have a life, Ange. All I do is go to the studio.
Really?
6 days a week. I'm in the studio every
That's
day.
some commitment right there.
Yeah.
I feel like I would run out of ideas and like run.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot.
How do you keep coming up with?
See, I work with a lot of great people. I collaborate, you know. So when my mood changes and I feel like, yo, I want to take it there, or I want to make a rap song, or I want to make a R&B song, or I want to make a slow ballad. It's just different people that I work with that always keep me uplifted and creative. So it's not like all on me. I think a lot of producers prior to us weren't really into collaborating, so they kind of burnt out their own sound because they didn't collaborate with the new, and I'm always good with collaboration.
All right, so let's talk about the new label, Make a Sound Records.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about when this was conceived, when you knew you were going to start this, and then the steps you took to make it happen.
So, I mean, me and my partner, Krishan, we're making sound. His company was Right Now Sound, and I'm Hitmaka. So Krishan came together and said, you know what, make a sound. Like, it got a nice ring to it. Let's do that. So we came together like probably in 2016, and we've been on a string of hits. Like, our first song that me and Krishan ever did was Chris Brown Party featuring Gucci Mane and Usher. And that was the first hit we did together, and we just been running ever since. So now we did a joint venture with APG and Warner Chappell. That was for our publishing division.
Okay.
Now we have a new joint venture for now all of our artists. So this year is like the year for me to really go hard and break an artist and break something off Make a Sound, because we broke a lot of different artists on other labels.
And I saw you put out, that you were looking for producers.
Yeah, always.
Okay, so did you find anybody when you do stuff like that?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Ange, that email is so flooded. I want to, if anybody that's listening right now, look, send your best. Don't send no BS, man.
Right.
Send it, because it can get tiring, because I'm actually trying to listen to the beats myself. A lot of people, I'm really hands-on with everything I do, so a lot of people would be like, give it to an intern or give it to somebody else. Like, flush through this email. I'm actually listening to it and kind of get burnt out after a while, but I think I found two that I'm really excited about.
That's exciting too, because I know when you put that out, everybody probably was.
Yeah, yo, shout out to AYB, shout out to Seale 2 Trill. They just Seale did the Bigfoot record, and then YB just did the Young Miami record with 50/50 that just dropped right recently.
Oh no, that's so dope that you've been. Honestly, I've been knowing him for so long.
Yeah.
So
he like,
I done seen all kind of things happen.
We almost like 20 years in.
I feel like a lot of your issues always stem from women, though. That's why I'm glad you're in therapy.
And she bring them up every time we do it.
No, I'm just saying a lot of your issues.
Yeah.
But you've seen the growth, though,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, see, now I'm in
But
therapy.
it's
now
like you're addicted to women, I feel like.
Oh, are you?
Why wouldn't I be?
But it's a difference between like, also because I haven't never really seen you be monogamous either, like truly.
Right.
Have you ever been?
Probably not. I don't think that, I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I don't think that I work too hard to be like 100% faithful.
I feel like it would
Wait a minute, what does that mean?
That
you faithful to the studio.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how can I really like give myself to a woman fully while I'm in the studio working 24/7?
I think it would support what you have going on because it wouldn't be so much drama.
Okay, so say less. This year, I'm settling down. Yeah, for real.
But
One woman man.
But that's the right person.
New album, One Woman Man.
Doesn't drama or these different situations kind of
inspire
you, inspire different
It's a toxic
stuff
world.
in the studio?
Yeah, I think that when you go through different things, it kind of bleeds into your music when you're feeling a certain way. But if I could, that's what the people want right now.
That's what the people want. What do you want?
I want peace. So when the music business changes and everybody's singing "We Are the World, We Are the Children," I will make them songs and I'll settle down. But right now, while Summer Walker and Tink throwing men under the bus, and I gotta make them songs too. I gotta make the songs for the women. I gotta be involved with all these different records. And I'm sorry, fellas, I'm the guy behind these songs too. Pause.
I think that you're scared. If I had to analyze it, just, from my point of view.
You've known them for so long.
Yeah.
No, I just think that you're scared to, like, give something your all. You know, sometimes that's a protective thing, too, when you're doing things and you don't want to be tied into something in case they do something to you so that you feel like, well, I wasn't really.
Right. I probably just need new friends and new peers because I'm not around a lot of successful relationships. Like when you around people that are in our culture, I might just need to go hang out with some old white people or something like that for a little bit.
Don't do that because they just as bad.
They cheat
word?
Worse.
Yeah.
All right,
you don't have any married friends?
No.
Okay.
I would love. Oh, well, Nori. Shout out to Nori. He's married.
Okay.
Nori was buying Louis Vuitton headphones when I just looked on social media.
He the first rapper to have Louis Vuitton headphones. I'm like, Nori, they've been out for a little bit.
That's what we were like.
But it's okay.
He probably trolling. Nori be trolling, man.
Would you start a podcast?
Would love to.
I feel like that could be really entertaining, especially with the label, maybe some type of limited edition.
I think I'm gonna get in trouble though. I want to I'm gonna say something that's so crazy
You
that's
absolutely
gonna
are.
yeah. So I would prefer like let's break Ron and Toy in, let's get them off, and then podcast maybe 2025 with my artists.
You could document that whole process though, because sometimes when artists are freshly signed and breaking in, they wish they would have had that footage from when they first got started to see all of those things.
Don't try and get no publishing after you see this documentary come out on these artists.
We had this right on.
Yeah, we got it on record.
Yeah. I was just, I don't mind. I love coming up with ideas.
I appreciate that.
For things to do. Now, what about investments that you have personally outside of this business? Because you are such a studio rat, like you said, like all the time. That is your bread and butter. And clearly it's making you money. Everybody, it doesn't, right? But for you, with all the money that you're making, what are you doing with that?
To be honest, like before, like I came in, my parents they kind of like opened the door. Like they were very successful as me being a child. So like as far as real estate in Chicago goes, I probably own like 30 or 40 buildings with my father. We have a whole real estate company. So I don't even make a majority of I make more money out of ancillary things than at my actual, first thing. But I actually did recently last year sell a piece of my catalog too, so that was like a nice vibe
so you
too.
did. And I want you to explain that too, because some people feel like, oh, don't sell your catalog, don't sell your publishing, but we see a lot of huge artists doing that right now. So what was behind your?
To me, if you have a vision for longevity and you think you're going to be around for a long time, then I think you should always make a catalog. I treat a catalog like a business. You create it to sell it, to do it all over again. So I sold a portion of that catalog, but as we see, I'm already creating a whole new catalog right now that's untouched that can be sold again or given to my kids whenever I decide to have some. So I think it's a smart.
Okay, say that.
Hey, yo, chill, man.
Baby maker.
Hey, yo, I think it's gonna happen, man.
It's coming soon.
It should. Okay. It's time. I'm at a point to where I feel like I could have a kid. Maybe a couple years ago, I've been like, hell no.
Nobody ever tried to come to you like, by the way, this your kid.
Nah, cause like I got a mean pull-out game. I'm gonna put a condom on.
Doesn't every guy say that? Yeah. I got a mean pull-out game.
Every guy that says that is a dad.
Hey, yo, no, see, but I'm not. Hey, I'm one of the only ones. Yo, I'm repping.
Yeah, every guy that said it is a dad.
Yeah. And by the way, there's other things that could happen, okay? Besides just pulling out, you got to be careful and protect yourself too.
Oh, I mean, that's essential. We learned that in high school or grammar school or whatever. Like, I mean, you got to move correctly. It's some good box out here and some bad box. So roll the dice correctly, my brothers.
And guys always think they got good stuff too. But so I also saw you on the Baller Alert podcast.
Oh,
Wait, why you do that? Shout out to my peoples at Baller Alert.
Yeah, that name though, it's just like what's next? I don't know what she about to say. Go ahead.
No, because I saw you said you had 5 different women tattooed on you.
I do.
Still to this day. Okay. Now
wait, no, 6. Wait, I have 6.
Oh, so somebody got added or you forgot one?
I forgot one.
Okay. Now, let's just say you start seriously being with somebody and they were like, you got to cover these up.
No.
It was fast.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Maybe they don't want to see another woman's name on you.
I don't want to look at your chest and see.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take me as I am. If you want me, you got to embrace everything.
What if she has?
Born with those?
What if she has her exes tatted on her? She got it right here.
Yeah.
Oh, like the trend.
And now you hit it from the back,
or
and
maybe
now I gotta
somewhere intimate.
I'm not really an insecure man like that. If it was something that you was tatted on you, like to me, I feel like all my tattoos is like a moment in time to where I was. I'm not like mad at these people. I'm not mad. It wasn't a bad falling out with these women. It's just like a timestamp in my life. So if you got a problem with that, then we gonna have big problems because a tattoo is the last thing. You know what I'm saying?
What if she used to date Chris Brown and it was his face right here, and every time.
Now you doing a lot, yo, bro. No, so, I don't want to see my dog. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got to cover that.
Yeah, we gonna have to cover that. But a lot of my tattoos and the names, they real discreet. So unless I really tell you, like right here, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I got Stephanie written across my chest, or I got some name on my forehead. No, it ain't that. It's like very discreet.
Do you have Tink on you?
No.
Okay.
But you guys still work together, so that could happen.
Yeah, for sure. And I wouldn't put Tink. I'll put Trinity if I was going to do anything.
Her real name.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Now, you said you and your father own these buildings in Chicago together. When you were first coming up in this music business, did they think it was viable for you to be able to make money from it? Because
no. it wasn't really a realistic thing. I'm from Chicago, so like a lot of the things that was happening was like Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, Twister, but that was all on the west side. I'm from the south side, like, so Kanye was coming up, but it was no really example of like, yo, you can get a record deal, you can make money, you can have a successful career for anybody to see that, and my parents weren't going for that shit.
What did they want you to do?
Probably run a family business or go to school, but I was just bad. I dropped out of school in like 9th grade.
I remember because you was on the same label as the LEP Bogus Boys.
Yeah,
at
initially.
first.
Yeah, we started like that, and we were working. We had like a label. We had deals for everybody. Everybody wanted to sign me, DMX, Jay-Z, and I ended up going with DMX. But at the same token, like, my parents, man, they just didn't understand, like Will Smith said. But and they ended up shipping me to boot camp to Thompson Falls, Montana. I got kidnapped and all type of shit.
About that.
My life is a movie.
But they got to be really proud to see where you've come, you know, thus far. So I just want to thank you for always taking the time to come through and see us. We're going to see you in Miami for the Sobe Wine and Food Festival.
See
for
you Saturday.
All right, now. And for all the women out there, by the way, what would you say are the things that you're looking for if you were ready to settle down? Let's just say.
Accountability. I don't think that women take accountability. They're not accountable.
Really? Like what do you mean by that?
I think that a woman can go do anything to you, the craziest thing, and then blame it on what moment she was having or whatever. But the man can't do that. So if a girl curses me out or gets on the internet and says something crazy about me, then it's like, yo, I was vulnerable, I was going through something, I was emotional. But if we flip that and I'm on the internet talking about a girl, then I'm sassy, I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I just want people to be accountable for their actions, you know, and I'm always stand on mine and just honesty. That's what, for real.
Just accountability and honesty. That's all you care about. Looks don't matter.
And be fine and just be nasty in the bedroom.
Oh, that's right. You do like your ass licked. Okay.
You do too.
You've said that. No, I don't actually. But I didn't write it on social media. You did.
Hey.
All right. Well,
I've never asked for that either. Like, I think that's trendy. I think that girls think that that's like in and they want to do that. I've never been a person like, hey, yo, like, can you lick my ass? Like,
you've never asked a girl to do that?
Nah.
Maybe you probably toot a little bit, and that's when they think.
Please do not say toot.
No.
Not toot.
It's more like a scooch. They
So
scooting.
you scooch?
They scooting under there. They trying to get under them nuts, and then they get to whatever
but you
they
don't
get
say
to.
no.
Hell no. Shit. Blackmail. It's receipts. You got to keep the receipts.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you again for and Make a Sound Records. So when can we expect Ronnie and Toyan's projects?
You can expect it early, late spring, early summer. I'm also dropping my producer album this summer. My first single off my producer album is called Pray For Me, featuring Chris Brown and Gucci Mane. So be on the lookout for that, man. Videos, everything coming soon, man. I'm about to just let all my artists go at the same time as well with my single, so we can go and we can touch the town in summertime and turn things up.
Okay, sounds like a good time to me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Hitmaka. It's way up.